At the beginning of the year, as a institute, you were a big votary of US equities. Then we saw what could be called as this mid-air turbulence. As we roll forward, let's say by the end of 2025 or a year from now, which end of the equity market or which end of the world do you think will outperform, underperform, and will be in line with market performance?
So the first thing I would say is we think this is really a different global equity market from 5, 10 years ago. At that stage, you could kind of be risk on or risk off. We now think you need to be much more picky, much more selective, even within the umbrella term called emerging markets. They're not all the same, obviously, but we think that's really true in a fracturing world. I mean, sadly, the world is fracturing geopolitically, trading-wise, economically, and so forth. And what that's going to mean is more dispersion. So we really need to be thoughtful around what we pick. To give you a couple of answers, we continue to like the US. It's still the epicenter of creating the future. They've still got the universities and the ability to monetize the intellectual property they create. So the US for now really central to the AI super boom, which we think continues. And the data, as I just mentioned, is supportive of that. That's one. Secondly, I'll talk to one emerging market we continue to like, which is India. India, in a way, it's quite interesting, right? India was kind of ahead of the game in being worried, so had its sell-off a few months ago. Now I think we've got a much more interesting position in India with tailwinds, actually, potentially from the geopolitical fracturing, where India is in, I think, a really strong position to carefully and respectfully negotiate great deals with different counterparties, not just the US, but more generally. That's one. Two, OPEC announcement over the weekend. Oil prices falling looks likely to continue. Obviously, that will benefit India in aggregate, different parts of the economy differently, but in the round, that's a good news. And that should give the RBI, if they feel they need it, more room for maneuver. So I look at India as an example of an emerging market which is actually benefiting from a number of these mega forces. Even in a more complicated world, there are still tailwinds out there. And it seems to us at the BlackRock Investment Institute that India is the right side of a few of them.
Right.